Hi, I'm Philip S. Greenwalt of Emerging Civil War. I'm coming to you from Fort Union National Monument, which is in northeastern New Mexico. Coming from the Mechanics Corral here, this is where the wagons would keep rolling. You're right along the Santa Fe Trail, and actually you can actually see a trace of it through the National Monument here. This fort, which you see the remains here, is one of the most largest, impressive, and influential ones here along the Santa Fe Trail, but also in the frontier history of the United States. It would service 46 other military installations. You're seeing some of the walls here. It was first established in 1851 by Captain Edwin B. Sumner, who later on became a major general in the United States Army and fight at places like Antietam and Fredericksburg back east. But prior to the war, the fort was under the command of a junior officer by the name of Henry Hopkins Sibley, inventor of the tent and the stove. He takes an inventory of the supplies rolling in here, of what is here in the armory, in the hospital complex, in the supply depot, and he makes this list. He then resigns from the United States Army, heads east to meet the provisional president of the Confederate States of America, Jefferson Davis. He gets commissioned a brigadier general and says by a quick lightning strike, leaving Texas, coming up through New Mexico, he could invade into the gold fields of Colorado. By 1860, over $2 million of gold and silver were found in the foothills of the Rockies. He would capture Fort Union along the way. This would supply and provision his forces, which would be mounted Texas volunteers, and then they would strike out through Colorado to the California coast and create, in their essence, a version of the Confederate Manifest Destiny, a Confederate nation from sea to shining sea. However, there's a few things in a way. First is another junior officer here by the name of Gabriel Rene Paul, who would later on fight in the East as well. He would actually be blinded on the first day as a brevet colonel at the Battle of Gettysburg on July 1st. But he's writing, asking for reinforcements. He has some U.S. infantry here, some regular U.S. infantry and cavalry, but he's also reinforced by the 1st Colorado Volunteers under Colonel John Slough. He would later on fight at Harper's Ferry in 1862. He's in charge of men raised out of the minefields, raised out of the saloons of Denver. They come here, and instead of waiting for more Union reinforcements to arrive under Colonel Canby, coming up from central New Mexico, Slough will strike out with most of the forces, leaving a skeleton force here, much to the chagrin of Paul, and will head down southwest of here, where he'd run into the lead elements of the Confederate invasion and fight the pivotal battle of Glorietta Pass in late March of 1862, considered the Gettysburg of the West, fought 26th through the 28th of March. That is part of Pecos National Historical Park today. We'll be shooting, hopefully, a video there if the weather cooperates later on, but just wanted to take you on a tour of the fort here. Here's a sign of how much a typical shipment coming in would be. Another view of the fort there. So I hope you enjoyed this walk around Fort Union National Monument here in northeast New Mexico. I'll see you in the field, but this fort will also play a part in the 2022 Emerging Civil War Symposium of the What Ifs of the Civil War. I'll see you on a field in the near future. Take care for now.